Could it be that the feud between Kate and Meghan is just a staged scenario to increase the Fab Four's popularity? Stop dreaming. That will never happen. Because Kate and Meghan really don't like each other. They even had potential conflicts from the first meeting. Look at the way Kate and Meghan look at each other. It only stops at a social relationship and is never as close as sisters-in-law in a family. This is considered the misfortune of the British royal family. So what makes the two dislike each other so much? Let's find the answer in this video. The conflict between the Fab Four can be traced back to when William and Kate expressed concerns about the timing of Meghan and Harry's relationship in early 2017. For those who have closely followed the British royal family over the years, the relationship between Prince William and Kate Middleton, now the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, has been a topic of considerable interest and speculation. Observers often noted that Prince William received significant criticism for seemingly keeping Kate Middleton in a prolonged state of uncertainty. Their relationship was marked by several breakups and reconciliations, leading to the press dubbing Kate with the somewhat unflattering nickname, Waity Katie. This moniker reflected the public perception that she was waiting for William to propose, a process that took several years. The lengthy courtship between William and Kate wasn't merely a product of indecision or capriciousness. Prince William, being second in line to the British throne, faced immense pressure and scrutiny regarding his choice of a life partner. His decision was not just a personal one, but a matter of national importance. The woman he chose would eventually take on the role of queen consort, a position laden with expectations and responsibilities. This understanding likely contributed to the deliberate pace of their relationship. William's approach to marriage was methodical and measured, ensuring that Kate was fully prepared for the intense public life that awaited her. In contrast, Prince Harry's position within the royal hierarchy afforded him a different kind of freedom. Being the younger son of Prince Charles and Princess Diana, Harry has always been further removed from the direct line of succession. This distance from the throne allowed him a more relaxed approach to his personal life. Without the immediate expectation of ascending to the monarchy, Harry's dating life unfolded with fewer constraints. When Prince Harry met Meghan Markle, an American actress, their relationship progressed at a notably faster pace compared to that of William and Kate. Harry and Meghan were introduced in July 2016 and quickly fell for each other, with their engagement being announced in November 2017. Their whirlwind romance and rapid progression to engagement and marriage were a stark contrast to William and Kate's more drawn-out relationship timeline. The speed of Harry and Meghan's relationship became a point of contention, particularly for Prince William. Known for his cautious and thoughtful nature, William expressed concerns about the rapid pace at which Harry and Meghan's relationship was developing. William's reservations were likely rooted in his own experiences and the careful consideration he gave to his marriage to Kate. He understood the immense pressure and scrutiny that came with royal life and wanted to ensure that Harry and Meghan fully grasped what they were getting into. In 2017, the British royal family faced internal tensions that would foreshadow future rifts, particularly involving Prince Harry, his then-girlfriend Meghan Markle, Prince William, and Kate Middleton. The friction became particularly pronounced when Harry confronted William and Kate about their perceived reservations and apparent hostility towards Meghan. This confrontation highlighted the first significant hurdle in the evolving relationship between Meghan and Kate, which would later become a central narrative in the media. The root of the tension can be traced back to the differences in the brothers' relationships and their personalities. Prince Harry, known for his more spontaneous and relaxed approach to life, was deeply in love with Meghan Markle, an American actress with a successful career and a strong sense of independence. In contrast, Prince William, often characterized by his cautious and measured demeanor, had taken a slow and deliberate path in his relationship with Kate Middleton, considering the significant responsibilities and scrutiny that came with their future roles. According to royal expert Katie Nicholl, Harry felt that William and Kate were not welcoming Meghan into the royal fold with the warmth and support he had expected. Harry felt William wasn't rolling out the red carpet for Meghan and told him so, Nicholl noted. This feeling of inadequacy in the reception Meghan received from William and Kate was a critical moment that brought underlying issues to the surface. Harry's confrontation with William was a clear indication of his frustration and his desire for his brother and sister-in-law to embrace Meghan more openly and enthusiastically. The fallout between the brothers was significant enough that it drew the attention of their father, then Prince Charles. Recognizing the potential for lasting damage to family relationships, Charles stepped in to mediate. His intervention underscored the gravity of the situation and the importance of maintaining unity within the family, particularly given the public and media scrutiny they were under. Charles urged William to make a greater effort to include Meghan and to smooth over the rift that had developed. In response to Charles's request, the Cambridges extended an olive branch by inviting the Sussexes to spend Christmas with them. This gesture was intended to mend fences and foster a more harmonious relationship. The invitation to spend the holidays together was a significant step, symbolizing a willingness to bridge the gap and create a more inclusive family dynamic. Things started to go south in 2018 when Harry and Meghan moved out of Kensington. The British royal family's residences are not only symbols of their heritage and grandeur, but also the primary abodes where they live, work, and engage in various royal duties. Among the most notable royal residences are Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, both located in London, as well as other estates spread across the United Kingdom. Buckingham Palace, the official London residence of the reigning monarch, is perhaps the most iconic of these royal residences. It serves as the administrative headquarters of the monarchy and a central location for state events and ceremonies. Kensington Palace, on the other hand, is another prominent royal residence situated in the heart of London. Historically, it has been home to many members of the royal family, including Prince William and Kate Middleton. Before their recent move to Windsor, Prince William and Kate Middleton had made Kensington Palace their primary residence for several years. They lived in apartment 1A, a 4-story, 20-room home within the palace grounds. This apartment was meticulously renovated to accommodate the needs of their growing family, including their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. During their time at Kensington, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge worked to create a warm and welcoming home environment, balancing their royal duties with family life. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle got married in May 2018, they initially moved into Nottingham Cottage, a cozy 2-bedroom house on the grounds of Kensington Palace. This move placed the newlyweds in close proximity to Prince William and Kate, leading to the media dubbing them the Fab Four in anticipation of a dynamic and collaborative future between the two couples. The idea of the 4 young royals living and working together generated significant public interest and enthusiasm. On the surface, it seemed as though the Cambridges and the Sussexes were poised to form a united front, fostering a new era of modern royalty. Public appearances and joint engagements reinforced this image, showing the two couples supporting various charitable causes and royal duties together. However, behind the scenes, tensions were beginning to simmer, gradually revealing the complexities and challenges of their relationships. Despite their shared residence at Kensington Palace, differences in personalities, backgrounds, and approaches to royal life began to create a divide. Kate Middleton, with her years of experience within the royal family, had already adapted to the expectations and responsibilities of her role. In contrast, Meghan Markle, an American actress with a successful career prior to her royal marriage, faced intense scrutiny and pressure as she navigated her new life within the royal fold. Reports of strained relations between the two couples began to surface, indicating that the harmonious image presented to the public was not reflective of the reality behind closed doors. Meghan's transition into royal life was met with various challenges, including adjusting to the stringent protocols and intense media attention. These pressures were compounded by perceived differences in treatment and support within the family. The announcement that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle would be moving out of Kensington Palace and into Frogmore Cottage on the Windsor estate was a pivotal moment. The decision to leave the shared residence was interpreted by many as a clear indication that all was not well within the royal family. Despite official statements downplaying the move, the media and public speculated that the relocation was a sign of deteriorating relationships. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will move to Frogmore Cottage on the Windsor estate. Their office will continue to be based at Kensington Palace, a spokesperson for the couple said at the time. The statement aimed to present the move as a practical decision, emphasizing the continuation of their office operations at Kensington Palace. However, behind this official narrative, there were reports suggesting a deeper rift. According to a source quoted by the Daily Mail, Harry and Meghan don't want to live next to William and Kate and want to strike out on their own. This sentiment captured the essence of the underlying tensions. Harry and Meghan's desire for greater independence and distance from William and Kate was seen as a move to establish their own identity and autonomy within the royal family. This decision was not just about physical space, but also about creating a distinct and separate household. In addition, the 2018 bridesmaid dress disaster created a deep rift between Kate and Meghan. The so-called bridesmaid dress fiasco is a notable chapter in the ongoing narrative of tensions between Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle. This episode came into the limelight following Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding and their subsequent move from Kensington Palace to Frogmore Cottage. It became a focal point in discussions about the complexities of royal relationships and the challenges faced by the newest member of the royal family. The story began with the planning of Meghan and Harry's wedding, which was a highly publicized and closely watched event. As per royal tradition, the wedding party included young bridesmaids, and among them was Princess Charlotte, the daughter of Kate Middleton and Prince William. The inclusion of Charlotte, along with other young bridesmaids, was intended to reflect the couple's desire for a charming and family-oriented celebration. The issue, as reported by the Daily Telegraph and confirmed by royal correspondent Camilla Tominey, centered on a fitting for the bridesmaid dresses. According to the account, a disagreement occurred during the fitting that led to Meghan allegedly making Kate cry. The details of the situation involved the preparation and fitting of the dresses for the young bridesmaids, including Princess Charlotte, which became a source of contention. In royal families, wedding preparations and ceremonies are often subject to high levels of scrutiny and are seen as a reflection of family harmony. The bridesmaid dress fitting, a seemingly routine aspect of wedding planning, became a flashpoint in the relationship between Meghan and Kate. The report suggested that the disagreement was related to the fitting process and possibly the adjustments needed for the dresses, which led to a confrontation between Meghan and Kate. The emotional impact of the situation was reportedly significant, with Kate Middleton being left in tears. This incident added to the already growing list of tensions between the two women, who had struggled to find common ground amidst the pressures of royal life and public expectations. The crux of the dispute centered on the attire of the young bridesmaids, including Princess Charlotte, Kate's daughter. As per royal tradition, it was common practice for young female members of the bridal party to wear tights under their dresses. This protocol was viewed as a standard practice to ensure that the young bridesmaids appeared in a manner befitting royal ceremonies, maintaining a certain formality and consistency with tradition. However, Meghan Markle had a different vision for the bridesmaids' attire. She felt that tights were unnecessary and that the young girls should be allowed to wear their dresses without them. Meghan's perspective was likely influenced by her desire to create a more modern and relaxed atmosphere for the wedding, reflecting her personal style and preferences. This divergence in opinion over the dress code was the initial spark of what would become a more heated argument. The disagreement, which may have started as a minor clash over fashion details, quickly escalated into a larger confrontation. According to reports, the argument between Meghan and Kate became increasingly intense, culminating in Kate Middleton being left in tears. The emotional nature of the dispute reflected the broader challenges faced by both women as they navigated their roles within the royal family and the pressures of high-profile events. The situation was further complicated by the fact that the story of the argument did not make headlines until several months after the wedding. The delay in reporting allowed for the situation to be perceived with the benefit of hindsight, intensifying the public and media reaction. When the news did break, it was characterized as a significant falling out between the two sisters-in-law, fueling further speculation and controversy. Buckingham Palace's response to the emerging narrative was notably restrained. The palace did not issue a formal correction to the reports or take significant steps to address the unfolding media frenzy. This lack of intervention allowed the story to gain traction, contributing to an increasingly volatile atmosphere around Meghan and Harry. The palace's decision to remain silent on the issue contributed to the perception that the rift between Kate and Meghan was deeper and more consequential than previously understood. In March 2019, as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle adjusted to their new home at Frogmore Cottage and the media continued to buzz with stories of royal tension, a high-profile public appearance provided a glimmer of hope for a reconciliation between Meghan and Kate Middleton. The occasion was the Commonwealth Day celebrations held at Westminster Abbey, an event that annually brings together members of the British royal family and representatives from across the Commonwealth nations. During the event, a notable moment occurred when Kate Middleton, upon entering the Abbey, greeted Meghan Markle with a warm embrace, kissing her on both cheeks. This display of affection was intended to convey a message of unity and to counteract the swirling rumors of discord between the two women. A palace source later revealed that the public display of warmth was a deliberate move, aimed at presenting a united front and addressing the negative media narrative that had emerged in the wake of various controversies, including the bridesmaid dress incident. The decision to embrace Meghan in such a public setting was a strategic one, reflecting an effort to quell speculation about a feud. In the context of royal protocol, such a gesture was significant, as public displays of affection and camaraderie are carefully managed to project a harmonious image of the royal family. Kate's warm greeting was intended to signal that any reported tensions between her and Meghan had been resolved, and that they were moving past their differences. Despite the apparent intention behind the embrace, the outcome was not as Kate and the palace had hoped. Rather than diffusing the rumors, the public and media reaction seemed to amplify the scrutiny of the relationship between the sisters-in-law. The contrast between the public display of warmth and the ongoing rumors of a feud led to increased media fascination with the nature of their relationship. Observers noted the apparent effort to present a united front, which, ironically, drew more attention to the underlying tensions rather than alleviating them. The Commonwealth Day celebrations in March 2019 offered a momentary glimpse of reconciliation, with Kate greeting Meghan warmly. However, the nature of their relationship remained complex and nuanced, as highlighted by royal expert Katie Nicholl. Nicholl, an experienced commentator on royal affairs, provided insights into the dynamics between Kate and Meghan during this period. She noted that while the exchange at the Commonwealth Day event did serve to thaw the icy tension between the two women, it did not signal the emergence of a deep, lasting friendship. Nicholl's observations reflect a broader understanding of the challenges faced by Meghan and Kate as they navigated their roles within the royal family. I had heard that while Harry was very keen for the two of them to become best friends, there was never that sort of a friendship, Nickel explained. This comment underscores the expectations placed on Meghan and Kate to develop a close bond, largely driven by Harry's hopes and the public's desire for a harmonious relationship within the royal family. Despite Harry's wishes and the media's portrayal of them as the Fab Four, the reality was that Meghan and Kate's relationship was never destined to be as close as some had hoped. The fundamental differences in their personalities and backgrounds played a significant role in shaping their interactions. Meghan, an American actress with a career marked by independence and a non-traditional background, contrasted sharply with Kate, who had spent her entire adult life within the British royal framework. Kate's upbringing and experience within the royal family led her to approach royal duties and personal relationships through a more traditional lens, while Meghan's more modern and progressive outlook created a different dynamic. Nickel highlighted that ultimately the two women were pretty mature and had distinct personalities and life experiences. Their only commonality, as Nickel pointed out, was their marriages to princes. This shared aspect of their lives, while significant, was not enough to forge the deep friendship that Harry and the public might have wished for. The differing life experiences and expectations led to a relationship that was more complex and less intimate than the public narrative of sister-in-laws might have suggested. By July 2019, the public narrative surrounding Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle was dominated by reports of a feud with tensions between the two sisters-in-law and their respective husbands, Prince William and Prince Harry, capturing significant media attention. Amidst the swirling rumors and headlines, both Kate and Meghan appeared to make a concerted effort to manage the growing perception of discord within the royal family. The media's portrayal of a royal rift was not just limited to sensational headlines. It was fueled by ongoing coverage that scrutinized every public appearance and interaction. The reported tensions between the two couples had become a focal point, leading to an atmosphere where every move was analyzed for signs of conflict or reconciliation. In this context, Kate and Meghan undertook strategic public appearances to counteract the negative narrative and demonstrate a united front. One notable joint outing was their appearance at Wimbledon in July 2019. This highly publicized event provided a platform for the two duchesses to appear together in a positive, harmonious setting. Wimbledon, a prestigious and widely attended event, offered an opportunity for Kate and Meghan to be seen in a more casual and congenial light. The choice of event was significant. As a beloved annual fixture in the British social calendar, it allowed them to engage in a setting that was both relaxed and high-profile. Royal expert Katie Nickel commented on the intent behind this joint appearance, explaining to ET that the outing was designed to, hopefully, put to rest the rumors that Kate and Meghan don't get along because they certainly look like two duchesses who had plenty in common. Nickel's observation highlights the strategic nature of the appearance. By attending Wimbledon together, Kate and Meghan aimed to project an image of camaraderie and mutual respect, countering the narrative of a feud. Shortly after their joint appearance at Wimbledon, Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle were seen together again, this time at a polo match. The polo match, which also featured their husbands and children, was a deliberate effort to address the mounting concerns about the alleged feud. This public display of family togetherness was both calculated and intentional, aimed at countering the negative media portrayal and reinforcing a sense of unity within the royal family. Royal expert Katie Nickel commented on the significance of the polo match appearance, describing it as very calculated and deliberate. The event provided a high-profile setting for the two couples to be seen together, engaging in a relaxed and informal activity. The presence of their children, including Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, added a personal touch to the outing, further emphasizing the family aspect of the appearance. The decision to attend the polo match as a united group was a strategic move designed to address and mitigate the growing rumors of discord. Nicole noted that the presence of the children at the event was unexpected and added an extra layer of warmth and togetherness. "We hadn't expected the duchesses to turn up with their children," Nicole remarked. "The fact that they did is a wonderful treat for royal watchers. But I think those candid pictures were quite deliberately intended to snuff out those rumors of the feud between the foursome." The images from the polo match showed the family members enjoying each other's company, appearing close, happy, and comfortable. The candid photographs captured moments of interaction and affection, providing a stark contrast to the tension-filled narrative that had dominated the headlines. The visuals of Kate and Meghan, along with their husbands and children, interacting amicably served as a powerful counter-narrative to the reports of a feud. In 2019, despite public appearances that sought to quell rumors of discord between Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle, the reality behind closed doors was far from ideal. The royal family's carefully managed public image masked underlying tensions and personal struggles, particularly for Meghan Markle. The year had seen strategic efforts by both Meghan and Kate to project unity, including joint appearances at Wimbledon and a polo match with their families. These public displays were aimed at countering the media's portrayal of a royal feud. However, these efforts did not fully address the personal challenges Meghan faced during this period. The relentless press scrutiny, coupled with the lack of support from the palace and the pressures of raising a child in the public eye, significantly impacted Meghan's mental health. The constant media attention and critical press coverage had taken a toll, exacerbating feelings of isolation and stress. Meghan's struggles were compounded by the royal family's complex dynamics and the challenges of adjusting to her new role within such a highly scrutinized institution. The turning point came during an interview with ITV, which was broadcast in October 2019. In the interview, Meghan candidly addressed her emotional state, revealing the depth of her struggles. When asked if she was all right, Meghan responded with a moment of vulnerability, admitting that she was not really okay. Her honesty during the interview was a powerful and emotional acknowledgement of the difficulties she was experiencing. This admission not only highlighted her personal challenges, but also served as a rallying cry, bringing much-needed attention to her situation. Royal author Phil Dampier noted that Meghan's revelation had a significant impact on those around her, including Kate Middleton. According to Dampier, Meghan's message and her willingness to openly discuss her struggles spurred Kate into action. This response from Kate was indicative of her concern for Meghan and her awareness of the severe challenges Meghan was facing. Royal author Phil Dampier provided insight into the behind-the-scenes efforts to address the growing rift. According to Dampier, Kate Middleton was making concerted efforts to bridge the gap and support Meghan. "Behind the scenes, I'm told Kate is doing her best to bring everyone together and help Meghan," Dampier told Express. This involved personal outreach, with Kate reportedly contacting Meghan by phone to offer support and attempt to mend the strained relationship. Kate's actions were driven by a desire to uphold the family's unity and not disappoint the Queen. As Dampier noted, "None of them want to let the Queen down, so Kate is trying to patch things up in private." This effort reflected a genuine concern for Meghan's well-being and a commitment to addressing the fractured relationships within the royal family. Kate's gestures were part of a broader attempt to manage the internal dynamics and support Meghan through her challenges. However, despite Kate's private efforts to offer support, the situation was complicated by ongoing issues with the press and the royal rota. Meghan and Prince Harry faced relentless media scrutiny and negative press coverage, which only exacerbated their difficulties. The royal rota, responsible for managing media relations and coverage, was often seen as contributing to the harsh treatment of Meghan. The press's relentless pursuit and sensationalism continued to feed public and media scrutiny, placing Meghan under constant pressure and reinforcing her sense of isolation. The continued feeding of Meghan to the paparazzi wolves highlighted a broader systemic issue within the royal establishment. The lack of effective support from the palace's press offices and the media's aggressive tactics created an environment that was increasingly hostile and unsustainable for Meghan and Harry. Despite internal efforts to mend relationships and address personal struggles, the external pressures remained a significant barrier. In January 2020, the British royal family was rocked by the announcement that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle would be stepping down from their roles as senior members of the monarchy. This decision came as a significant shock, despite the underlying signs of dissatisfaction and strain that had been visible for some time. The announcement marked a dramatic and unprecedented shift in the dynamics of the royal family, underscoring the profound challenges that Meghan and Harry had faced during their tenure. For years, Harry and Meghan had struggled to navigate their roles within the firm. They had made numerous appeals for support, both publicly and privately, to address the intense media scrutiny and to seek protection for Meghan. Their efforts included pleas to the royal press offices to manage the negative press coverage that was increasingly directed at Meghan, as well as requests for more institutional support from within the palace. Despite these efforts, they found themselves increasingly isolated and disillusioned with the royal establishment. The culmination of these challenges was starkly evident in their decision to step back from their royal duties. The move was not merely a personal decision, but a response to a broader set of issues, including the lack of effective support from the royal institution and the relentless negative press coverage. The announcement reflected Harry and Meghan's frustration with the systemic issues they encountered and their desire to forge a new path that would allow them greater autonomy and privacy. The Commonwealth Day celebrations in March 2020 were a poignant marker of the end of an era. The event, held at Westminster Abbey, was notable for being the last public appearance of the so-called Fab Four, Prince William, Kate Middleton, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle, together in their roles as senior royals. The occasion, intended to celebrate the global unity of the Commonwealth, instead highlighted the visible tensions and strained relationships within the royal family. Katie Nicholl, a royal expert, provided insight into the emotional landscape during this time. According to Nicholl, Kate Middleton was particularly affected by the decision of Harry and Meghan to step away from their royal roles. Kate didn't look overjoyed. To be honest, I think Kate has taken it all badly. She, Harry, and William were once such a happy trio. She thinks what has happened is all very sad, Nicholl commented at the time. Kate's sense of disappointment and sadness was rooted in the shift in dynamics that the Sussexes' departure represented. Before Meghan joined the royal family, Kate, William, and Harry had shared a close and collaborative relationship. The trio had been seen as a dynamic and cohesive unit, working together on various charitable endeavors and public appearances. Meghan's arrival and the subsequent changes in the royal landscape disrupted this harmony, leading to a reconfiguration of their relationships. For Kate, the departure of Harry and Meghan marked the end of what had once been a close-knit and supportive group. The transition from a united trio to a more fragmented family structure was emotionally challenging for Kate. Her heartache was evident in her demeanor, and the public's perception of her discomfort further underscored the impact of the situation on her. The event itself was characterized by a formal and somewhat tense atmosphere. While the royal family tried to present a united front, the strain between the Sussexes and the Cambridges was visible in their interactions. The public and media closely scrutinized every gesture and exchange, contributing to the sense of unease that surrounded the occasion. In 2020, Kate seemed to be going crazy because of the increased workload since the Sussexes gave up their duties. A particularly telling incident occurred when the British magazine Tatler published an article titled "Catherine the Great," which painted Kate Middleton in a negative light. The timing of the article was crucial. as it was released amid heightened tensions between Meghan and Kate, and while Harry and Meghan were still navigating their decision to step back from their roles as senior royals. The Tatler story, published in July 2020, included claims that were detrimental to Kate's public image. According to the magazine, an anonymous source within royal circles had provided information about Kate's dissatisfaction with the increased workload following Harry and Meghan's departure. The source claimed that Kate felt overwhelmed by the additional responsibilities and described her as being furious about the larger workload. The article presented a detailed and somewhat dramatic portrayal of Kate's situation. It asserted that she felt exhausted and trapped, comparing her workload to that of a top CEO, but without the benefits of boundaries or ample holidays. This characterization of Kate was particularly damaging because it implied that she was struggling under the pressures of her role, painting her in a light of frustration and distress. The response to the article was noteworthy for several reasons. Traditionally, the palace had been reticent to publicly refute or comment on unfavorable media reports, particularly those involving Meghan Markle. This approach was part of a broader strategy of maintaining a dignified silence in the face of media scrutiny. However, in this instance, the palace broke from its usual protocol. A palace spokesperson issued a rare and direct denial, stating that Kensington Palace had not been given the opportunity to comment before the article was published. This unusual move signaled the seriousness with which the palace viewed the Tatler piece and its impact on Kate. The palace's refutation was significant not only because it was a departure from their typical response strategy, but also because it highlighted the palace's recognition of the negative effect the article could have on Kate's public image. By openly denying the claims, the palace sought to mitigate the damage caused by the report and defend Kate against the portrayal in the article. Despite the palace's attempt to address the issue, Tatler's editor-in-chief, Richard Dennon, stood by the magazine's reporting. Dennon's spokesperson maintained that the magazine had been transparent about their intentions. Kensington Palace knew we were running the Catherine the Great cover months ago, and we asked them to work together on it, the spokesperson said. This assertion from Tatler underscored the magazine's stance that they had followed appropriate journalistic procedures and had attempted to engage with the palace prior to publication. The year 2020 was undeniably tumultuous for the British royal family, marked by escalating tensions and public scrutiny. One of the most contentious issues was the fraught relationship between Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle. The release of the book Finding Freedom by Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand further exacerbated these tensions and highlighted the deepening rift between the two duchesses. Finding Freedom, published in August 2020, was a significant event in the ongoing saga of royal drama. The book promised an insider's perspective on the lives of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, including their experiences within the royal family. Despite Harry and Meghan's public denials of any involvement with the book's contents, Finding Freedom offered intimate and detailed accounts of their time as senior royals. This included insights into the strained relationship between Meghan and Kate, which had been a subject of intense public and media speculation. The authors of Finding Freedom did not shy away from addressing the discord between Meghan and Kate. They wrote critically about Kate's role in the ongoing tensions, suggesting that while it was not necessarily Kate's responsibility to mend the rift, she had done little to bridge the divide between herself and Meghan. The author's portrayal of Kate was particularly stinging, as it implied that Kate had been less than proactive in resolving the issues between the two women. The book also painted a picture of their relationship as plagued by awkward moments, rather than outright animosity. According to Finding Freedom, Meghan and Kate's interactions were characterized by discomfort and a lack of genuine connection. The authors argued that despite their proximity, both women lived at Kensington Palace, their shared environment did little to foster a meaningful relationship. This portrayal of their relationship as strained and superficial only served to highlight the chasm between the two duchesses. Besides, the bridesmaid dress incident between Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton remains one of the most discussed and contentious aspects of their relationship. Initially reported as a conflict where Meghan was seen as the instigator and Kate as the victim, the narrative surrounding this incident had been largely unchallenged for some time. However, the situation took a dramatic turn when Meghan addressed the issue during her 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey. In the explosive interview, Meghan provided a new perspective on the bridesmaid incident, offering her account of what transpired in the days leading up to her wedding to Prince Harry. Meghan revealed that the source of her distress was an argument about the flower girl dresses, specifically mentioning Kate's reaction to the dress fittings for the young bridesmaids. Meghan recounted that Kate had been upset about the flower girl dresses, which led to Meghan crying and feeling hurt. A few days before the wedding, when Kate was upset about something pertaining to flower girl dresses, and it made me cry and it really hurt my feelings, Meghan told Oprah Winfrey, as reported by Harper's Bazaar. In her interview, Meghan made it clear that she did not wish to delve into the specifics of the disagreement, noting that Kate had apologized and that she had forgiven her. Meghan's main issue was the perceived injustice of being blamed for something that she felt was not only inaccurate, but also something she had been a victim of. She expressed frustration over the fact that the communication team at Kensington Palace, which managed the narrative, was not supportive of clarifying the truth of the situation. Meghan's comments highlighted a significant point of contention: the lack of support from the palace in correcting false narratives about her. The fallout from Meghan's interview was immediate and intense. The rehashing of the bridesmaid dress incident brought the previously settled issue back into the public eye, much to Kate Middleton's dismay. According to royal expert Katie Nicholl, Kate was both mortified and saddened by Meghan's decision to publicly revisit the argument. Nicholl noted that Kate had believed the matter was resolved and was distressed to see it brought up again. The situation was compounded by the fact that Kate was not in a position to publicly respond to the claims made by Meghan, a fact that Meghan and Harry were reportedly aware of. As Prince Harry and Meghan Markle settled into their lives away from the royal family, their willingness to share personal experiences and reflections on their time within the firm increased. By the end of 2022, their public revelations through Harry's memoir, Spare, and the couple's Netflix docu-series were poised to shed new light on the inner workings of the royal family, exacerbating existing tensions, particularly between Meghan and Kate Middleton. The Netflix docu-series, released in late 2022, featured Meghan discussing her first interactions with Kate Middleton and the cultural differences she perceived. Meghan recounted a dinner with Kate and Prince William, describing a moment of cultural misunderstanding. Even when Will and Kate came over, and I had met her for the first time. They came for dinner. I remember I was in ripped jeans and I was barefoot, Meghan said. She reflected on her surprise at how her informal and affectionate nature, characterized by her tendency to hug people, contrasted sharply with the more formal expectations she encountered within the royal sphere. Meghan remarked, "I was a hugger, always been a hugger. I didn't realize that that's really jarring for a lot of Brits. I guess I started to understand very quickly that the formality on the outside carried through on the inside." Meghan's candid remarks about her personal experiences and the cultural differences she encountered were part of a broader narrative in which she and Harry sought to provide their perspective on royal life. The portrayal of these interactions was likely intended to illustrate the challenges Meghan faced in adapting to royal protocols and the complexities of her relationship with Kate. However, Kate's reaction to Meghan's portrayal was swift and defensive. Shortly after the release of the docu-series, a friend of Kate's reached out to People magazine to counter Meghan's narrative. The friend emphasized that Kate is also known for her warmth and affectionate nature, contrary to Meghan's depiction. "Kate's a big hugger. She is warm and friendly and greets everyone with a big hug and kiss. It comes naturally to her to be like that," the friend asserted. This rebuttal was aimed at challenging Meghan's characterization and reinforcing Kate's image as a genuinely warm and approachable individual. What do you think about the feud between Kate and Meghan? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.